everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So today is BookList Thursday, and BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookers related. So today, in honor of our first week of February, we're going to chat about, some lovey-dovey stuff. So this week we're going to talk about books that broke our hearts, because it happens and it's okay. So I have 5 books that broke my heart, and I'll kind of explain a little bit about them. Still fantastic reads. Still need to pick them up. So first one I want to talk about is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. This is a kind of love to hate rom-com type of a book, but there's parts of this that just hit me right here and kind of came out of nowhere, like, oh, you're gonna make me sad now instead of laugh. But it follows a couple of main characters who end up meeting in kind of a random way, don't hit it off the greatest from the beginning, and then later on find out that like they are the best man and maid of honor in their friend's wedding, and so they kind of have to deal with each other, and it's fantastic and I love it. It's so good. So pick that one up. A couple others broke my heart. Christina Hanna's Four Winds. This is it's a historical fiction, takes place during the Depression. Some of the relationships in here just broke my heart. It just you couldn't help but have the feels around what this family was dealing with, how some of them were treated, the events that happened. It is a depressing book, but yet it's still a very, very, very good book. So Texas 1921, during the Dust Bowl. So basically the world is changing. People are out of work. There's a huge drought going on in the Great Plains. Farmers are fighting to keep their land and their livestock and their crops alive. Water dries up and the earth will literally cracks open. These dust storms come across the plains because crops were not rotated and the soil was so depleted that nothing was growing. And these huge windstorms would kick up these huge dust clouds, and like you couldn't escape them. It was everywhere, and it was a very sad time. So this follows a family as they are surviving that, and then one of them, Elsa, decides that she has no choice. She takes her kids, leaves Texas behind, and goes to California to search for a better life for her family, and kind of what she encounters there. So fantastic book, broke my heart. Next book I want to talk about is The 57 Bus by Dashka Slater. It is based on a true story of 2 teenagers and the crime that changed their lives. So we have Sasha and we have Richard. So with Sasha, they tried not to think about the fire or the person who said it, but sometimes it's hard not to wonder why, not to just feel incredulous that this was the situation. One minute you're on the way home from school, and then you're in an ambulance in a hospital, and you have surgery and pain and painkillers and bandages, and it's how did things get this far? So obviously there's an incident on a bus with Sasha and Richard, and then Richard, from his perspective, it says, "I'm not a thug, a gangster, a hoodlum, or a monster. I'm a young African-American male who's made a terrible mistake. Not only did I hurt you, but I hurt your family and friends, and also my family and friends. For I have brought shame to them and our country, and I shall be punished, which is going to be so hard for me because I am not made to be incarcerated." Definitely opens your eyes into a little bit of the justice system. It opens your eyes into how one mistake can just truly change the course for so many people's lives. So it's fantastic. Again, based on a true event that happened in San Francisco, I believe, in Oakland, California. I apologize. One afternoon, a single reckless act left Sasha severely burned and Richard charged with 2 hate crimes and facing life in prison. So that one, again, broke my heart on a number of different levels. Next one I want to talk about is Christina Lauren's Love in Other Words. I believe I've talked about this one before, but we have Macy and Elliot, and we have 2 perspectives. 2 timelines. We have now and then. So we get, and the chapters go back and forth. So we get a little bit of an idea of what is the current situation and their relationship between Macy and Elliot, and then how it was in the past. And then we're trying to figure out how come their relationship is so different from how it was before. So fantastic book. Again, might break your heart a little bit. And the last one I want to talk about is It Ends With Us. This is by Colleen Hoover. This probably hit me harder than other Colleen Hoover books just because of past experiences. But this one follows Lily. She has come a long way from the small town in Maine where she grew up. She graduated from college, moved to Boston, started her own business. She's on the right track. She feels a spark with a gorgeous neurosurgeon named Ryle, and everything in her life seems to almost be too good to be true. Ryle is assertive, stubborn, and maybe even a little arrogant, but he's also sensitive, brilliant, and has a total soft spot for Lily. But Ryle's aversion to relationships is a little disturbing. As questions about her new relationship overwhelm her, so do thoughts of Atlas, her first love, and a link to the past she left behind. He was her kindred spirit and her protector. When he suddenly reappears, everything Lily has built with Ryle is threatened. With this bold and deeply personal novel, because it's based upon some stuff from the past from Colleen Hoover, it is so good and yet heartbreaking. This does talk about domestic abuse and domestic violence, so please be warned, but definitely hit me in the feels. So those are a few books that broke my heart, all in a constructive way, if that's possible, because I love them. I love them all. If there's any good books out there that you recommend that maybe broke your heart a little bit, leave that below. Otherwise, head over to Sarah's channel and see what she has today for books that broke her heart as well. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.